Nearly every ancient civilization tells the same story: a world destroyed by water. That's not random. We're not talking about one culture exaggerating a storm. We're talking about civilizations separated by oceans. From ancient Mesopotamia, to early Native American tribes, to Asia and beyond. Different languages, different gods, different continents, but the same catastrophic flood narrative. So here's the real question: is that coincidence? Or are we looking at shared human memory? One of the oldest written flood accounts appears in the Epic of Gilgamesh, carved into clay tablets. In that story, a god secretly warns a man that a massive flood is coming. He builds a huge boat. He brings animals. He survives while the world drowns. And here's what shocks historians: this text predates the biblical Genesis account. So did later writers borrow it? Or were they preserving something even older than that? Now, Mesopotamia sat between two volatile rivers, the Tigris and Euphrates. When those rivers flooded, they didn't just spill over, they erased cities built from mud brick. Archaeologists have uncovered thick flood sediment buried beneath multiple ancient settlements. But here's the key: those floods were regional disasters, not confirmed global events. Now shift continents. North American tribes also tell powerful flood stories. The Hopi describe previous worlds destroyed and renewed by natural catastrophe. Ojibwe traditions speak of a great deluge reshaping the land entirely. Pacific Northwest tribes describe towering walls of water crashing inland. And remember, these cultures had no communication with ancient Mesopotamia. Is it coincidence, or collective human memory encoded into myth across generations? Science may offer a clue: a mysterious climate period called the Younger Dryas. Around 12,900 years ago, Earth's climate shifted abruptly and dramatically. Temperatures dropped quickly across large regions of the northern hemisphere. Then vast continental ice sheets started collapsing and melting in massive bursts, sending overwhelming torrents of freshwater rushing into the seas. Then massive ice sheets cracked, collapsed, and melted suddenly, pouring overwhelming amounts of freshwater into the oceans within generations. Sea levels didn't rise gradually. They surged upward in sudden jumps. Some researchers even suggest a comet impact may have triggered this chain reaction. Microscopic impact materials, including nanodiamonds, appear in certain sediment layers. But that impact hypothesis remains debated within the scientific community. What isn't debated is this: glacial megafloods absolutely occurred. Ice dams collapsed, sending walls of water across entire continents. If early humans lived along those coasts, they would have witnessed devastation firsthand. Official history places organized civilization roughly 6,000 years ago. Yet Göbekli Tepe in Turkey dates back more than 11,000 years. Massive carved stone pillars, arranged deliberately, before widespread agriculture. That discovery forced archaeologists to rethink early human capability. So could complex societies have existed earlier than our current timeline suggests? There's no confirmed evidence of a lost advanced civilization. That's important. But most early human settlements were built near coastlines, where food was abundant, trade was possible, and fertile land supported growing communities. And many of those ancient coastlines now lie hundreds of feet underwater. Today, we rely on massive cranes and engineering to move giant stone structures. But nature can move more material in a single flood than modern machinery ever could. Over centuries, devastating events tend to evolve into symbolic stories, preserving emotional truth even when historical details fade. Myths protect survival wisdom long after eyewitness accounts vanish, embedding cautionary lessons deep inside cultural memory. So was the Great Flood a global catastrophe, or shared human memory? What do you think?